Hello everyone, and welcome to our first episode of our 2D Java game development. So in this series we are going to be using just core Java. We're not going to be using any libraries like Slick or LWJGL. It's all just going to be what's already built into Java. So let's start off by creating a new Java project. And you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it top-down game and finish. Now, if it asks you to create a module, just ignore it. You can hit Don't Create. And we'll start off by creating a new package. And we'll name the package your website or your name, whatever you want. So I'm just going to name it com.iconicdevstudios. And we're going to be calling it top down. And we're going to load up a main package. So inside of there, we want our main class. And we're just going to name that, actually we're going to name it window. Alright, so now that we got our window class, let's create a constructor for public window. And then we're going to do a public static void main string args. So this is where the program is going to start. And we'll just create a new window inside of there. Whoops, wrong button. So to get a window actually loaded, we want to extend JFrame. And you're going to get an error. Once you type that, just hit Alt-Shift-O if you're in Eclipse, or Control-Shift-O, sorry about that, to automatically import the library for JFrame. So let's create a few variables. So we want to do a public static, public static final int for width 800 and height for 600. So now that we have that, we want to set size to width and height. And this dot set location relative to, location relative to null, so it'll be in the center of the screen when we first open. This dot set default close operation to JFrame dot exit on close. And then just so we don't have issues later, I want to set resizable to false and set visible to true, obviously. So now if we run our project, we should get our window. And then one last thing I did forget, let's make a title. So public, we can make that private. No reason to have it public. Static final string. And we're going to make a title is equal to whatever we want to name our title. So I'm just going to go top down game version 1.0. Actually 0.1. Why not? Because it's not even made yet. Alright, so now we want to get graphics rendered. So let's create a new class. And we will call this renderer. So with this class, we want to extend JComponent. And same thing, Control-Shift-O to import that. And we want to create a new variable. And it's going to be an overridden variable that's already in JComponent. So that's going to be public void paint with a graphics argument. And after we import graphics, you can see right here, it's a little small on this screen. I need to edit some of the settings with Eclipse, so let me do that real quick. All right, so it looks like it helped a little bit, but let me know if it made it a little easier to see. It made it quite easier to click. So now that we have this in here, we just want to do this. There we go. And update graphics. So now that we have that, we should be able to do g.set color. And I want to start off by doing just a red box in the corner. So color.red and g.fill. Whoops. Oh, it's fill direct. There we go. So 0, 0, 100, 100. And then go back into our window class. And this dot add new renderer. Then once we run it, we should see a red square in the corner. Nope, because I'm using the wrong method. It is not update, it is repaint. Yep, so this dot repaint. All right, now we'll see it. There we go. So we have a little red square up there. And also I just realized back in the window, I made the title up here, but I never set the title. So set title, title. And we had to come back to this class anyway, because I also want to get key bindings down and make sure that's all accepting keys. So inside of this class, we want to do this dot add key listener for a new key listener. And it's an abstract class, so we're gonna have to define some of the functions in here. So import key listener, and then add unimplemented methods. And then we can just go up and erase all of this. Whoops. And change arg0 to E. All right, so now we can detect keys that are being pressed. But we want a way to log those keys so we can check it from any class we want. So we can move players or move objects or do whatever we want with this game. So if we make a private static array list with called keys down, import array list, and then we'll just initialize it above new window. So we can do keys down is equal to a new array list of integers. All right, so now that we got that all done, and we have that initialized, inside of our key pressed, we want to make sure the key is not already in the array list that we made. So we want to make sure it does not contain, keys down, does not contain e.getKeyCode. And then if it does not already contain it, we want to add, keys down dot add e.getKeyCode. All right, and that is everything we want to add here. And then we can just basically copy that and paste it right in key released, because when we release the key, we want to remove it from the list. So we want to check if it contains it. So just erase the exclamation point. And then we want to change this to remove. But because, as you can see, there's a remove object for the index of an object, or you can remove the actual object, we're going to have to go about it in a little bit a different way, because we can't just remove the key code, because the key code is an integer, as you can see right there. So that's going to think we're trying to remove an index, and then we're going to get an out of bounds exception error. So we want to go keys down dot index of this object, which is our key code. And then that will get the index of that object and remove that. And then last but not least, for this, we want to create a public static boolean. Whoops. All right, called isKeyDown. And then that'll take an argument of an integer. And we will say return keys down dot contains key. And then that's basically it for the Windows, or for the window class right now. And let's go into our render class and test this out. So we can already draw our red box. There we are. So that's already running. I do want to make the default background for this application, instead of being that gray color, I want to make it completely black. So I'm just going to set the color to black and set the rectangle that we drew earlier equal to window.width and window.height. So we will have a completely black background. There we are. So say we want to close this project whenever we hit the escape key. So what we need to do is if window.isKeyDown, then we can just type in key event, and then it's going to be VK underscore and whatever key you want. So there's W, A, S, and D for movement or whatever, but we want ESC escape. So if that key is down, then we'll do system.exit 0. So now we should be able to see our black background. And as soon as we hit the escape key, it should close out, which it does. So that is all working perfectly. And that's about it for this episode. In the next episode, we can get working on tiles and get a world loaded. So hopefully you guys are liking this tutorial series so far. If you are, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. And I'm gonna hopefully be uploading these videos pretty regularly. So yeah, stick around and see what this project comes to, because I plan on working on this for a while. If you guys have any recommendations for other projects you want to see, if you want me to dive into LWJGL or Slick, or you want me to go into Unity tutorials or Hacks tutorials, then let me know in the comments and I will be sure to get to it as soon as I can. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.